Saw the boxing before.
And that was nothing. He didn't show nothing different. So there's more to whatever he can do that you didn't see. And that's the reality of it. So, I mean, he didn't do nothing. I mean, it's just, what's funny about it is like you watch the fight, and I mean, he fought the fight he was supposed to fight. I mean, he didn't do anything spectacular. I don't think he fought a great fight, very poised, very controlled. Fight out, that's what you have to do. I mean, with Mikey, watching the videos of Mikey, you can't see anything. You can't. It doesn't give you anything because he really's that good. He's that technical. He does one small thing where he throw a jab. He drops his hand and brings it back up. Split seconds. So he's not going here. He go here, then he come back. So I mean, that's not enough to go off or whatever. But it was all about the conversation that people had, how smart he was, how intelligent he was. Okay, so you don't give him time to think. And they were so, I think, believing that Errol was going to come in and fight the same fight as they always fought. And so high strung on that. I went in with Mikey can possibly do this or do that, do this or do that. So I prepared him for what he possibly do. I prepared him for if Mikey comes at him, prepared him for, because I figured, I said, Errol, he only has 2 or 3 things he can do. It's point blank. He's smaller than us, he's shorter than us. So either he's going to put the pressure on you, or he's going to try to catch you while you coming in, or maybe he'll counterpunch. So you're preparing for all those 3 scenarios, not just the one coming in, because he may not do that.
But you know what impressed me also is that Spence was back in the gym Monday after the fight.
Yeah.
He didn't take a day off. He didn't take a week off. He didn't go on vacation.
He likes to stay fit, man. He likes to stay in shape. He wants to keep his thing going, so just to build up from being in shape to better conditions.
So no break for you either? You go straight?
I'm working, man.
Coach, I gotta ask, Rob Brandt, a fighter you used to work with, no longer do, but
we don't have him no more.
But no, he was with Eddie Mustafa in the Murata fight. What are your thoughts though? Did you happen to watch when he fought Murata?
I haven't seen him fight, but I talked to him. So because like we was flying, and when I was going to LA one time, he was fighting the last fight, the defense.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm happy for this man. I'm happy for Rob because we got no issues.
Right.
So,
He made that clear.
Yeah, so I'm happy for him. Listen, I want him to be the best he can possibly be. That's hands down. And then it'd be asinine for anybody in the world to want success and wish somebody else failed. And even listen, I want him to be the best. I still text him. I'll text him now. Before the fight, I'm texting him. So I'm hitting him up. Just to tell him, last fight I told him, don't let anybody take something that you earn. As to let, like, you ain't fight this guy. Don't let him take what you earn, what you work for.
His fight against Murata was here in Vegas. He came in there as a clear B-side. He was supposed to be an opponent. Leading up to that fight, the talks were Murata versus Triple G in Japan. He came in there, threw the second most punches ever thrown in a middleweight bout in boxing history.
Remember I told you the B-side, the A-side is the person, well, the B-side is the person that loses. You know what I mean? So regardless of what they say, how they build you up, the B-side is the person that loses the fight. Not because the winner is the A-side. That's what the winner is the A-side. So he proved to you he was the A-side. Regardless of what they say, what they talking about, how they had this guy future planned out.
Right.
The winner is the A-side, so Rob is the A-side.
I've heard of many conversations from Rob personally, from Thomas Hill, who's also been in camp with you guys now, about sparring that goes on. Rob told me some sparring stories, told me that Errol jabbed him, hit the backside of his glove, and the next day the opposite side.
No, what it was, he threw it overhand left.
It was the overhand
Rob
left?
blocked the punch. And the next day I rapped with this, what's that on your hand? He said, that's where I blocked the punch from Errol. So think about this. It went through Errol's glove, Errol's mitt.
And these 16-ounce gloves,
and
sparring.
it went through Rob's gloves and Rob's hand wraps. And it was a bruise on the back of his hand. That's for real. Boom, Rob blocked the punch. And so, boom, that's how he punched,
Did you ever get a black and blue mark from Spence?
Man, sometimes they hit me in my arm, my elbow may be messed up or something, but you don't know.
What's your reaction to Andre Ward having Errol Spence number 8 on his pound-for-pound list?
It's okay. I mean, I love Andre Ward for what he did and who he is as an individual. So it's his own personal prerogative. Look at how people had him down. They wouldn't give him his own merit even when he beat Kovalev the first time, second time, all the way up. So I mean, it's okay. I mean, you know, I'm okay with that.
Is Mikey Garcia's silence, because he was very vocal prior to the fight, is Mikey Garcia's silence just as satisfying as beating him March 16th?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, the fight is over, nothing to say. You know what I mean? I think that, I mean, you know, I think that silenced everybody in boxing in a sense. Then other people talking about the size. Like I said before, all those other guys y'all want Errol to fight are the same size, fought the same weight division. So it's like, Mikey was very intelligent, and look, Mikey can beat a lot of other guys, just not that one particular guy. And that's all it was.
Coach, if you had your choice, what 3 fights would you want for Errol? Out of everybody in the world, 1, 2, 3.
I told you I don't do that.
No, if you wanted, okay, I'll give you 5 names. If you could list them in any order. You have Crawford, Porter, Danny Garcia, who
Pacquiao,
else?
Thurman.
Pacquiao and Thurman.
Okay, I want the guys from the fight that he wants to fight.
Okay.
Al wants him to fight.
Okay.
That's it.
All that.
In that order.
Now,
Really, yeah, right, yeah, however they do it now.
Yeah.
are you familiar with Crawford? Or do you know him well? Have you studied
You know
him?
what? I met him before, and I like him. I think he's a pretty cool cat. He's always kind of cracking jokes.
Yes, he is.
Me and Errol.
Yeah.
He's a pretty pleasant guy, man.
You saw that video, I'm sure, where he walks up to him and they were going back and forth.
Yeah, y'all saw that. But
That was in Oklahoma, I think.
Yeah, right. But it's been other times we were in Vegas at the Canelo Triple G too, and he came up to us, you know, kind of like, you know, cracking jokes.
What was he saying?
Hey, it was like he was like saying something to Errol, and then Errol said, "You see my trainer right there? He ready?" And I stood up. He's, "Oh man, you know, so it's not like we playing with it. Remember they challenged like his training is this training, whatever."
Obviously, in joking, but that time in Oklahoma, he being Terence basically said, "Oh, you know, I got my trainer versus your trainer," and Errol, you know, spoke
That's what
highly.
we kind of joking
Right,
about.
right. But obviously, that is in fun and joke. But what does it mean to you as a trainer, many times overlooked, to know that you're a champion that you helped build up, and Errol Spence speaks so highly and in such a high regard of you? What does that mean to you?
Well, that means a lot, man. But he knows I still work out. He knows I still run. I ran this morning 3 miles, rode the bike 3 miles. So I'm still working out. I'm still working. I still try to stay in shape to be able to keep up with them. Not outside the ring, but in the ring. Him and Jamel, those guys push me, so I got to be in shape for that, man. Plus, I want to look fit and decent. I'm just 47. I don't want to look like, you know, whatever.
Kell Brook.
I do my best to be in shape. What's up with Kell Brook?
Kell Brook, Terence Crawford, who wins?
Hey, man, I'm going for the American, man. Come on, y'all got to. If he's
I
from
know
the
you-
UK, I'm going for the Team USA all the time.
What problems does Kell Brook present to Terence Crawford?
I mean, you know what, though? I think that Terence Crawford is so athletic
Wow.
that's his greatest strength is athleticism and his ability to find shots, right? I saw like when he caught the guy with a punch, Amir Khan in the first round, but it was like, but that was all I saw, the other fight. I didn't watch it all. I don't watch a lot of boxing. I say it all the time. People don't believe it. But I think that his athleticism, Kell Brook may try to use his mass, he should, but man, this guy moves around on you like that. I can't see him being able to keep up with him anyway. But I'm going for Team USA anyway. Just, you know.
So Eddie Hearn told us yesterday, what did he say? How did he say it? He said that Spence needs to give Mikey a hug.
He said that.
Because he said that the both of them put together 47,000 asses in seats.
47. Oh yeah, that's good. But realistically, it was more than 47 because you didn't count the suites.
Correct.
They had the suites where probably like another 2,000 to 4,000 people in the suites.
So Mikey Spence did 300,000 pay-per-view, Con Crawford 100,000. So if Crawford Spence fight, is that pay-per-view? Is that Fox? Is that
Well, but they have to be pay-per-view just because of the money that they would have to pay these guys. But at the same time, I'm along with Errol on the fact that I think it should be promoted more. I mean, I'm not a promoter, right? But I promoted boxing before. And what I would say is like, it's the build-up, right?
You're right. The
It's the
excitement.
build-up. It's the build-up. It's the intrigue, getting the people involved in it, right? Just like everything else, man. Just like life. It's the build-up. The build-up. We started promoting that fight, Mikey, now 5 weeks for 5 weeks, right? I mean, that's what you need. That's what All Access for them 24/7. That's what that was all about. So I think that I'm not a promoter. I'm not telling Bob Arum how to do it. He's very successful at what he does, but I did an interview with Kevin Errol, right? He asked me about Terence Crawford. I told him about Terence Crawford, how great a fighter he is, how much I like him. And I said, man, when is that fight? He said, man, it's Saturday. I was like, what? He said, it was Saturday, so I didn't even know when they were fighting.
Errol said the same thing.
I'm a boxing guy, in boxing, with a guy the same way as that guy. If I don't know, it's an issue. So that's all I'm saying. I mean, you know, how can the fan who doesn't watch boxing, because you want to get the guy who doesn't watch boxing. That's how you become a superstar.
I got boxing fans and people colleagues, I can say, in the business that didn't even know how to order the pay-per-view. They were confused whether it was on through the channel, through the app, through the cable provider. So I feel like you spoke on the promotion is definitely a huge part in that. Building these fights up.
I just think that, and I'm when it comes to that, like on this level, I'm an idiot to that, and I admit that. But at the same time, I would